Hi, I'm Eric Geller from TheForce.Net, and this is a video walkthrough of J.W. Rinzler's new book, The Making of Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. This sequel to Rinzler's 2007 book, The Making of Star Wars, is packed with everything from Ralph McQuarrie concept art to John Mallow costume designs, plus a ton of set photos that show the cast and crew in the process of making history with this 1980 film. At 361 pages, including an appendix of interesting information and a bibliography that squeezes in the last few photos, this book is a treasure trove of information and a window into the making of a film that many consider to be the greatest of all time. Let's start with the photos. They're sprinkled all over the pages of this book, and each one tells you something different about the making of Empire. This photo from the Dagobah X-Wing set shows you just how much of the set they actually built. I love seeing what's just off camera and how they set it all up. This photo gives you a sense of the crew's attention to detail for the Dagobah scenes. Another photo that reveals the extent of the off-camera set is this one from the Cloud City duel scene. It really gives you a sense of the scale when you consider just how many lights were actually needed to get the cinematography just right. Another great photo is this shot from the Cloud City dining room, where Billy D. Williams sips a drink right before he betrays his best friend to the Empire. Some of the book's photos also reveal the way Irvin Kershner directed the actors on set. I like this shot of Kershner instructing Mark Hamill on proper lightsaber technique. A few more of these spontaneous on-set Kershner moments can be found on an amazing echo-based photo spread. This one of Kershner on a tauntaun, and this one of him grabbing Mark Hamill, give readers of this book a sense of the occasional merriment that occurred on set. In addition to the photos, Rinzler includes handwritten notes that transport readers back to the production process. It could be as simple as this piece of lined yellow paper with the heading Revised Secret Pages. Just knowing that these handwritten words were the basis for one of the most powerful scenes in movie history is enough to please any diehard Star Wars fan. One of the other great things about this book is the variety of sketches that show early concept designs for characters and creatures. Here, we see the incredible amount of work that went into creating authentic animal movements for the tauntauns. Early conceptions of Yoda are displayed alongside photos of the trained monkey, who was originally supposed to play the Jedi Master. Looking at these images, it's easy to start wondering how different Empire would have been if one of Stuart Freeborn's baby monkeys had been cast as Yoda. Storyboards from the Battle of Hoth also illuminate something interesting that was not publicized before. A rebel snowspeeder was initially supposed to crash into the head of an AT-AT and destroy it, causing the decapitated walker to fall over. The story of this book is laid out in the style Rinzler established with The Making of Star Wars. There are 11 chapters documenting the process of making Empire from start to finish. Rinzler's use of clever caption and section titles, such as Bugged, King Tauntaun, and Yankees Go Home, suck you into the story and make you want to read on. In some cases, you may just want to find out what these titles mean, like Kershner's 6½. Obviously, the book is organized chronologically, but Rinzler does a great job of describing the work that different units and departments are doing simultaneously. Most people know that Empire went way over budget and way over time. The way this book chronicles that filming frenzy is terrific. Various shooting days are described against the backdrop of financial woes, and on-set stories are interspersed with reports of the construction of ILM. As with The Making of Star Wars, Rinzler definitely chose the best narrative for giving readers a sense of all the different pieces that went into the production puzzle. Another cool feature of the text is the occasional inclusion of pages and pages of transcribed conversations between actors and crew on set in between takes. One such conversation involved Billy D. Williams, Carrie Fisher, and Irvin Kershner preparing for the scene where Lando enters Leia, Chewie, and Han's holding cell. Another conversation between Harrison Ford and Kershner reveals that Ford suggested an interaction between himself and Billy D's character in the carbon freezing chamber scene. These discussions highlight the extent to which Kershner and his actors were considering the flow of dialogue and the motivations of various characters. Ford, Williams, and other actors seem very interested in making sure that their on-screen behavior is believable. It's cool to look back on the days when those moments were being shaped and filmed. We all know Han Solo's famous line to Leia before being frozen in carbonite, but to see its genesis in this conversation is like being a fly on the wall. Ultimately, that's what makes it so much fun to read the making of Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back. Between the transcribed conversations, the rare photographs, and the handwritten notes, you feel like you're in the room with these people. Rinzler's narrative style enhances the story by providing us with unique glimpses into the struggles and breakthroughs that characterized the making of Empire, and shaped it into something that, to this day, 30 years later, is widely considered to be Star Wars at its best.